Good morning and welcome to another edition of Brian's Everyday Fixes. Today's video is about a slow draining sink and what you can do to try to speed things up. First thing we're going to look at is the stopper itself, which is in the sink. You can see it when you look into the sink. The second thing we're going to look at is the trap underneath. We'll be cleaning these two things and hopefully that'll solve your problem. So let's get started. This stopper here, you just lift out the stopper. There's another style of installation and I'll show you that too. The other style of sink stopper installation has the stopper operating rod pass through a hole in a tab at the bottom of the stopper, like in this illustration. So to remove or install the stopper, one must remove or install the rod from the hole in the tab. Just a bit fussy, but not difficult. I'll just rinse this with some hot water, and then we'll move to the trap, which is underneath the sink. This here, this U shape, this is the trap. And this is what we're going to be removing. So you need a pair of pliers that's large enough to go around this white nut and this black one here. You need to use something, a plastic tray or dish, something to catch the water because there will be water in this trap. What you're going to use is a pair of groove joint pliers. I showed this in my tool video. All you have to do is loosen off the nut with the pliers, and you can run it by hand. Once you crack it loose, you can run it off by hand, and there you go. You see there's some water that's dribbling out. That's what you're going to have. Not an enormous amount of water, but you don't want that spilling. And it's oftentimes rather messy water at that. All right. There's not too much debris inside, but you can see that there's a little bit of buildup. You just run hot water through it. Just try to get this scum out of here. The trap is now quite clean. We'll put it back. Before we put it back, it's just, you see, there's some debris that has built up inside this tailpiece. What I'm going to use actually is an oddball knife that we happen to have. This straight back edge is good for scraping. So let's see what we get out of here. There you are. There's still some hair and debris in there. In all likelihood, caught on this rod back here, which is what lifts and lowers the stopper. So I'm going to use a pair of slip joint pliers. And I'm going to loosen off, it's a knurled nut, which is on the back side of this tailpiece. I'm going to loosen that, remove the operating rod so that I can fully clean this tailpiece. There we are. As you can see, there's still some debris stuck to the tailpiece. I ran a little bit of water after scraping the tailpiece inside, and it's quite clean now. We'll put everything back together. We'll start by putting this stopper operating linkage back in. There we go. You don't have to tighten this knurled nut very tight, just snug. Now, we're going to insert the trap. So it just slides onto the tailpiece. There we are. And we'll start this captive nut, the black one, first. And snug that. And then bring down the white nut and start tightening that onto the trap. These don't have to be super tight. It's all plastic. You don't want to over tighten anything, because if you do, it'll crack and then you have more problems. Space is at a premium under here, but you can, there we are. It's snug. Okay. Just a snug. All right, we're done. Now, we'll just run some water and look for leaks. And I see no leaks. I feel no leaks. So, we're good. We've cleaned the stopper. We've cleaned around the stopper operating rod. And we've cleaned the tailpiece. And we've cleaned the trap. And that's going to go a long way towards having this sink drain better. With a few tools, you can do it yourself. Well, that's it for now. I'm Brian. This was another edition of Brian's Everyday Fixes. I'm glad you could join me. I'm glad you're watching. And we'll see you again. Bye for now.